Hey guys, I'm Amit Kumar and welcome to this video in which we are going to talk about some example programs. Example program number 1. Write an Epix class with a method and pass the coach name as a parameter. Print the total fare for the coach, where the coach type and fare is provided to us along with the surcharge on the fare. So we will accept the coach name, which is nothing but the coach type, and we will decide the fare and the surcharge amount according to the coach type and print the total fare the user have to pay for that specific coach for the reservation. So if it is first AC, definitely fare is 4,000 with 12% of surcharge on the fare. For second AC it is 3,200 with 10% of surcharge on the fare. For third AC is 2,400 with 8% on the fare, and for sleeper the fare is 1,500 with no surcharge. So let's see the program. So guys, here we are on our developer console and this is the program that is created over here. Definitely for coach name we can have enum type, but here we are dealing directly with the string. So in this calculate method we will pass the coach name over here as string. We have created few variables like fare and total fare. Now fare variable will hold the fare for that specific coach and total fare will be the fare plus the surcharge amount. Here we have also created a boolean variable known as isValid and we have passed true to it. Now we have created this variable to just validate whether the user have entered correct coach name or not. You can see we have created a switch on the coach name and we have passed various coach name with various when block over here. So there are total 5 when blocks, out of which the last one is when else, which will be executed when none of the values matches the coach name. Now for coach name as first AC, the fare amount is 4,000 and then we calculated the surcharge, which is 12% on the fare. So we multiplied 0.12 with fare to calculate the surcharge amount and we added that surcharge amount to the fare and that will be the total fare. The same logic is applied on other when block as well, where we entered the fare amount and then calculated the total fare. For sleeper, the fare and total fare will be the same as there is no surcharge on it. Now when none of the values will match the coach name, we will print error, please enter correct coach name, and we will change the isValid boolean variable as false. Now after this switch block, what we are doing here is we are validating whether user have entered correct coach name or not with the help of this isValid boolean variable. So when the isValid boolean variable will be true, then only this output will come, where we are printing the coach name, the fare and the total fare. So let's run this program and see the output. So as you can see, we are calling the calculate method of coach fare class and passing first AC as the coach name. Let's click on execute. And guys, you can see the coach name is first AC, the fare is 4,000 and the total fare is 4,480 rupees. Let's see for the sleeper. So now we are passing sleeper as the coach name and let's click on execute. And now you can clearly see the coach name is sleeper and the fare and total fare is same because there is no surcharge for the sleeper coach. Now what will happen if we will provide a coach name which is not a valid coach name? So let's suppose general and let's click on execute. And now you can see because the isValid is becoming false, it is printing error, please enter correct coach name, and as isValid is not true, it is not printing anything else. Now let's see the next program. Example program 2. Write an Epix class with a method and pass the cost as the parameter. Print the total cost after applying the discount. Now the discount is provided according to this table. So if the cost is less than or equal to rupees 10,000, the discount will be 5%. If it is more than 10,000 and less than equals to 20,000, the discount is 10%. If it is more than 20,000 and less than or equals to 35,000, discount will be 15%, and if it is more than 35,000, discount amount will be 20%. So let's see the program. So guys, here's the program. You can see I have used if else if ladder, and you might have understood why I am not providing the second condition. why I'm not writing it as cost is less than equals to 20,000 and greater than 10,000. The reason being, I'm providing the conditions from the lower value to the higher value. That means the first condition is if cost is less than equals to 10,000. So it's going to check the next condition only when the cost is greater than 10,000. What I mean is it's going to check this condition, that is it is going to check whether the cost is less than equals to 20,000 only when the cost is greater than 10,000, because it's going to check the next condition only when the previous condition is false. And that's why we need not to use a logical operator and provide the other endpoint. In this program, we are accepting the cost as the parameter of the method. We have created a discount variable, and with these conditions, we have mentioned the discount as 5%, 10%, 15% and 20%. After this if-else-if block, we have created a discount amount where we are calculating the amount to be given as the discount. So that will be cost into the discount which we have decided with this if-else-if ladder. Then after we deducted the discount amount from the cost, and that will become the total cost. And finally we are printing the cost, discount amount and the total cost. So let's run the program. So first of all, I am providing a value which is less than equals to 10,000, that is 9,500, and let's click on execute. So you can clearly see the cost is 9,500, the discount amount is 475 rupees, and hence the total cost is 9,025 rupees. Now let's run a program where the cost is greater than 20,000 and less than equals to 35,000. So let's enter 25,000 and click on execute. And now you can see cost is 25,000, discount amount is 3,750, and hence the total cost is 21,250. And let's finally check it out with a value greater than 35,000. So this time I'm providing 40,000 and click on execute. And you can see this time the discount amount is 8,000 and hence the total cost is 32,000. So that was our program number 2, and let's see the next program. Write an Epix class with a method and pass the number of units consumed as parameter. Print the total amount to be paid for the electricity consumed. A surcharge of 2.5% is charged if the number of units consumed is above 300 units. So the units and rate per unit is given in this table. So for the first 100 units, the rate per unit will be 3 rupees. For the next 100 units, that means for unit 101 till 200, the charge will be 4 rupees 50 paisa per unit, and definitely for the first 100 it will be 3 rupees only. For the next 100 it will be 6 rupees. That means for the first 100 unit you will charge 3 rupees. For the next 100 units you will charge 4 rupees 50 paisa. For the next 100 units you will charge 6 rupees. And in case if it is above 300 units, the charge will be 7 rupees. That means for the first 100, that means from 0 to 100 unit, charge will be 3 rupees. From 100 to 200, charge will be 4.5. From 201 till 300, charge will be 6. And from 300 onwards, whatsoever unit is consumed, it will be 7 rupees. And of course, don't forget, we will put a surcharge of 2.5% if the number of units consumed is above 300. So let's see the program. So guys, here is the program. Again, we are using an if-else-if ladder over here. We are accepting the units consumed as an integer variable passed as the method parameter, and we have created a decimal type of variable named as cost. Now you can see the conditions that I have provided. I have provided if units consumed is less than equals to 100, is less than equals to 200, is less than equals to 300, and finally an else. So it's going to come to this else block only when the units consumed is greater than 300, or in other words, when none of the previous condition matches. And now let's see how we calculated the cost. Definitely when the units consumed is less than equals to 100, it will be nothing but the unit consumed multiplied by 3. So if it is 90 units, definitely 90 multiplied by 3. Now if the units consumed is less than equals to 200, and definitely it's going to come to this condition when the units consumed is greater than 100, and this condition will evaluate to true if it is less than equals to 200. What I mean to say is this line will be executed if the unit consumed is greater than 100 100 and less than equals to 200. So what we have done is we have calculated for first 100 units, which we know is 3 rupees per unit. So that is 3 into 100, or you can directly write it down as 300. But to provide the clarity, I have written it as an expression. Now, because we have already calculated for first 100 units, let's suppose the unit consumed is 150. So we have already calculated for first 100 units. The leftover unit will be calculated with rate 4.5. So that's why we subtracted 100 from the unit consumed. So 150 minus 100, that will be 50 into 4.5. So those 50 units will be charged with rupees 4.5. Similarly, with the next condition, unit consumed is less than equals to 300. For the first 100 unit, it will be 3 rupees. For the next 100, it will be 4.5. Because we have already calculated for 200 units, we will subtract 200 from the unit consumed. Suppose if it is 250, so 250 minus 200, that is 50, and those 50 units will be charged with rupees 6. The same logic is applied over here in else, where for the first 100 it is 3 rupees, for the next 100 it is 4.5, for the next 100 it is 6 rupees, and now unit consumed minus 300, because 300 units have already been calculated over here with different rates. The leftover unit will be calculated with rupees 7. But don't forget, we have to charge 2.5% of surcharge, so that's why we multiplied 0.025 with the cost to calculate the surcharge, and that surcharge amount is added to the cost. And finally, we are printing the total cost for the unit consumed value, units, is equals to rupees and whatsoever the cost is. To make it readable or to increase the readability, you can definitely set the scale for this cost to provide only 2 decimal places, though I haven't done that here. Now let's run the program. Now let's suppose if I have consumed 150 units, so let's click on execute, and you can see for 150 units the amount is 525 rupees. Now let's calculate for unit consumed greater than 300. So let's suppose 350, and let's click on execute, and this time the price is 1742 rupees 50 paisa. And guys, as I told you, if you will set the scale of decimal places, definitely it won't show 4 decimal places right now. Guys, that marks the end of this video. See you soon in the next video. Till then, thank you and take care.